right, here we go. This is
Here we go.
My official podcast, very first one. So we are here to talk Miami Talks Real Estate. And this is Denis and this is Ari. I am Chevonne White. Thank you and welcome to our little get-together here. Let's do a little introduction. Let's start with you, Denis.
Well, I'm still a real estate investor, decided to learn more, so I joined up with you, Chevonne, so thank you for welcoming me on your team.
Absolutely.
And for anybody tuning in, subscribe on YouTube and be sure to follow us on Spotify. With that said, today we welcome Ari Mellado, who is with the law offices of Corridor and Husseini, based here in Miami. They help clients with a wide range of real estate needs. Ari, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Ari is actually part of our real estate team, which is Four Corners Real Estate based out of Coconut Grove. He just actually started with us, but we've been actually working with him for many, many years prior to this.
Yes.
In many different ventures over our real estate career. So I wanted him to come in as our first guest because he's done a lot with us.
And everybody follow Ari at ARIM19. We'll put it in the notes. Most people aren't familiar with an account executive role within a law firm. How did you get into that role?
Well, I owned a mortgage company for 20 years. And in 2009, the market flopped. Exactly. So I did most of my business was $1 million deals. And the first thing that ended was that. There was no mortgages over $500,000. So I decided to close. And one of my best friends, which is the attorney that I work for, asked me to go work for her. And I had no idea what I was going to do there because I had no knowledge of law. And so I said, okay, let's give it a chance. And I did what I know how to do, and it's to get business. And I got business for the firm, and the firm grew. And that's how I became an account executive for her.
And you just bounced back like that. There was no doubt, nothing. You just kept going.
There was doubt.
Okay.
There was doubt. There was fear, you know.
When are they going to make you a partner? When is that happening?
You can't. I have to be an attorney.
Damn it. They need to change that law.
Yeah, right? So, you know, it was fear because all I've known in my life was mortgages, you know, and financing. So when I started learning, I said, well, there's more to this that we can do, that we can have. And I started looking for that type of business. So I bounced back like within a year. And it's been throughout, and it's been great.
Mm-hmm. What advice would you give to anybody who needs to bounce back today for whatever the reason is?
Don't be afraid. Mm-hmm. Just do it. No matter how old you are, no matter, what you've done, I know. If you're a hard worker, and you have a word and your word is important, do it.
Mm-hmm. That's so true.
Yeah.
That's great advice, actually. So now you're touching into the sales side of real estate. Mm-hmm. How do you like it so far?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So what made you decide to just dive headfirst into that side of it?
Well, I know most about it. I know financing, I know title.
Yeah.
I love working with people, meeting people, and I love going to see beautiful houses. So I can help them with everything that I know. Why not? Why not do that?
Be a one-stop shop.
One-stop shop.
That's great.
And get into a team that is pretty much like family and friends. So it works.
Yeah, no, I was very happy when you came on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a recent post, you said, beautiful Miami. Lucky to be a part of this beautiful city. What are some things you love about Miami?
What are some things? I love Miami, period. I mean, it's a beautiful city. It has beautiful skylines. I grew up here in Miami. I've been throughout the United States and a lot in Europe. And one of the prettiest cities with prettiest sunsets, prettiest skylines. Huh?
Pretty people.
Definitely pretty people. Pretty people, pretty cars. No, pretty landscaping. It's a beautiful place to be in. Really, the people. We have people from all over the world that lives here, especially now. They moved in from all over the world, from all over the states, and I love being here.
Family's key. What can you tell us about your family?
My family. Well, my daughter, I have a 34-year-old daughter. I'm so lucky to have her. She's the life of my life, the love of my life. She lives actually in Cando. She's married to Dimas Espejo, and they have a pretty beautiful family as well. And my mother lives near me as well. And that's pretty much my family. All the other my families are in Europe and in Orlando.
Ari, you've seen many real estate deals happen. When does a real estate investor or really anybody need help with a real estate law firm?
At the point that you're thinking of buying real estate and investing, obviously before you do it, I think you should definitely get a lawyer to see what you really need. Definitely a contract. You got to look at the contract before you sign it. Any addendums, anything that has to do with that property itself, you should definitely seek a lawyer before you do any of that. And definitely also a real estate a realtor that can help you seeking that property.
Yeah, and I mean, realtors are great. They can write contracts, but when it comes to addendums and reviewing legal documents, you need a lawyer for that. So it's always good to have one from the start
Absolutely.
of any deal.
Yeah,
Even at the time of looking for a mortgage, you should get a lawyer under your belt.
absolutely, 100%.
CHS
Especially
is
a mortgage.
great company. I've been very happy working with you guys all these years.
Thank you. And it's like we're also a title company. It's a title company that is formed with a lawyer. Sorry. So there's no extra charge for reviewing documents, and that's something that not a lot of people have. Not
Yes,
every
that's
company
very
has.
true.
You know, Ari, I noticed, so back in October after Hurricane Ian on the other side of Florida, you let homeowners know that if their properties suffered damages, you'd be happy to, help them out. Your firm would be happy to represent them. Most people obviously have a very strong connection to their place, emotional memories, things, a lot of stuff. What is it like working with homeowners after natural disaster or any kind of situation like that?
It's rough because they, a lot of them have, their houses have been destroyed and memories, like you said, have been destroyed. So we actually try to help them to get the most that they can, the most money, the value of the home. Most people seek public adjusters to do that, and then they'll get with the insurance companies. However, the public adjusters cannot litigate if the insurance company does not want to pay you or wants to pay you 50% of what really they need to pay. So I will say definitely, again, seeking an attorney once you have that issue before you start anything else. Because if you go with the insurance companies before, unfortunately, they don't like to pay.
Yeah.
They like to get paid, but they don't like to pay.
Exactly. It's a what if, but it better never happen. Insurance.
Correct.
That's what it is.
Absolutely.
That
It's
should
horrible.
be their motto.
Yeah, and we have a lot of experience on that. And again, there's not an additional fee because we get paid with whatever insurance pays, and we get paid through the insurance companies, not through the person itself.
Does I forget the name of it? I think it's called Citizens. Does the Florida state-owned insurance? Do they also fight to not pay you out?
Absolutely.
Really?
Thank
Yes.
you, Florida.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I don't know if it's Florida or all over the United States. I
Yeah.
don't have the experience all over the United States, but even in medical, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
They don't want to pay.
Yeah.
They don't want to pay, unfortunately, So we'll make them pay,
Yeah.
and they have to pay for the things that they have. And if we have to litigate, we will litigate and we'll get you the money that you need to repair your home.
So other than helping people with their real estate needs as far as purchases, what other type of services do they offer at CHS?
Personal injury.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. We do personal injury cases. Any accident, any car accident, any slip and falls. We do that as well.
You guys do tickets?
Do not.
Damn.
We do.
Just kidding. I don't have
We can
anything.
help our clients with tickets, but we don't really do tickets.
I remember there was a time that you guys were doing evictions because you guys actually helped me with one, but you're not any longer.
We could. We do that for clients. That's not what we really do.
Right.
But we have a client like you, or we have a client that we have experience with, and we'll help them out with that, of course.
Yeah. And the 1031 exchange, I remember we had talked a little bit about that.
Yeah,
but
the 1031 exchange, we can close a 1031 exchange, but we would tell you to go to an exchanger to hold your monies
Right.
while you're looking for the property and before you close it and things like that.
Yeah, someone that just specifically specializes in
correct.
that.
Yes.
For anyone who doesn't know, could you just explain basically what we're talking about in terms of 1031?
Yeah, sure. The 1031 exchange is when you sell your investment property, and in order for you not to get taxed on that property
Right away.
you have to look for another property that you're going to invest in. You have 45 days to look for that property, okay, to specify that property that you're going to purchase. And you have 180 days to close on the new property that you're purchasing, so you don't get taxed.
Yeah, so basically they move the money from that one property you own to the new property that you own, but it's just a transfer of ownership, so you're not paying taxes on the capital gain at the end of the year. You're going to do it at the end when you sell the new property.
Yes. And you also have the property's value has to be either the same or greater.
Yep.
Or greater than the property that you just sold.
Can you turn one into two? Like,
Yeah,
you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can. But it's, you know what I mean, it's time of the essence hugely when you're dealing with that. So you really have to have something lined up before you make that jump to doing that, because like he said, there are deadlines. If you don't meet them, then you're
Oh my God, yeah.
shit out of luck.
Got it. Definitely meet those deadlines.
Sounds like you're on the clock.
You are on the
Yes,
clock.
literally on the clock.
You are on the clock.
It's a great service offered, but yeah, you know, in Miami, it's hard because especially with mortgage and all these people buying up properties with cash, and so just going through, because I think you have to disclose on the contract for the new property that you're doing a 1031 exchange,
Yes,
correct?
Yes,
so that can get a little tricky
Correct.
too.
And also you don't really have to buy in Miami. Let's say you want to buy somewhere else, it's the same thing. You can do it as well.
So out of state as well?
Out of state.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's a federal thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Ari, you've been in real estate for more than a decade now.
I've been in
One
real estate
way
for
or
30,
another, right?
You've been for 30
Yeah.
years. 3 decades.
30 years
Oh,
in
that's-
the real estate industry, yes.
So I wanted to ask you how, in your view, how has Miami evolved in
Oh my God.
the past couple decades from
Decades.
where it was, where it is now, and where it's going?
It's Miami is right now, I think, like where New York is. To me, it's better, obviously. But growing up here, it was nothing. I mean, the Central Tower, which is was one of the largest towers, and it was like, I think it's 30 floors maybe or something, 30
Yeah,
feet.
that's like laughable now. Yeah.
Exactly. Like the Midtown, there was no Midtown, no Wynwood, there was nothing. You know,
Design district, fashion district. Fashion district was kind of
fashion
always
this was
been
always there,
but
but not the same.
it's
Right.
it's like a mecca for those who are merchandising. Right?
Actually, in the fashion district, there's a lot of factories, clothing factories. So yeah, it has changed definitely for the better.
Yeah. I mean, in so many ways, Miami's changed. And I've been here 16 years, and I remember when I first moved here, it was nothing like it is now. Back then, South Beach was the place to be. That was the only place to be. That was
Correct.
where you went to eat, to party, to socialize, where you had guests come in. Now there's so many different places, from Brickell to even Edgewater now is
Yeah.
really starting to pick up. I mean, they're putting a Whole Foods there. They have Trader Joe's, and you have Midtown. I mean, it was literally a field.
Oh my God, yeah.
When I moved
yeah,
here, there
Lincoln
was
Road, like she
nothing
says,
there.
was the place. to
Yeah,
be
and
in.
now, you know.
But now it's everywhere, pretty much.
Everywhere.
Well, I have a question for you.
Okay.
So a lot of towers are coming up.
Yes.
I mean, we're going to have, as you said, more and more people are moving here.
Absolutely.
They're going to need property management.
Yeah.
What does it take to do property management, like at a world-class level?
Patience and understanding. I do residential property management, just to clarify, and I find that, like with the people that you mentioned that had lost their homes and stuff like that, everything to them is very personal. And when you're dealing with someone in their residence their home. This is their livelihood. This is probably the most expensive bill they have every month. And staying on top of that, when people get behind, that's usually the one thing that they kind of, not take care of.
Right.
So having to be the one to be on them, and it's kind of like being a therapist slash, a landlord, and it's hard to do both. However, it's rewarding in the fact that I meet a lot of great people, and I think it keeps me level-headed because, these are everyday people. These are not, big people, big clients that are looking for multi-billion-dollar buildings and even investment properties. These are actual, like, everyday middle-class people that are just trying to make a living to feed their families. So dealing with them it's been wonderful and humbling in a lot of ways. I am currently managing Biscayne 21, which eventually will be the addition there at Biscayne and, actually it's Bayshore Drive and 21st Street. The addition is going to be putting a huge project there. And in the meantime, the building that currently stands is still full, not fully full, but there's still a lot of people, and I've been managing it for 7 years now. So,
Wow.
Yeah, I know a lot of people there, and a lot of them will worry about being displaced when the time comes. So I'm just trying to alleviate that pressure and stress on them as much as possible while still growing my own business. So it's been fun. Well, Ari's our official first guest, so I want to give you a thank you.
Thank you for having me.
And I appreciate you coming out. I really do.
Absolutely,
It means a lot.
anytime. We'd love to do it again.
This is Miami Talks Real Estate. We'll see you next time.
Take care.
Thank you.